good.
Yep.
How'd it go, Tyler? Did you get out of it what you wanted to?
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was just great working with the guys this past week, getting it dialed in, and thought I had a really good day. Had one slip of the ball, and that was pretty much it. But felt really good.
How much the preparation and everything that goes into it? You've got a lot the last couple of months, and to be in that pressure. You've been in it before, but it's a lot of pressure in one day.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a big day just for everybody. Obviously this is all of our pro day. This is a big opportunity to showcase what we can do, and luckily, I got to participate in the Senior Bowl and the Combine, and just, my whole goal is to just anytime, anywhere, come watch me, work me out, and get on me with the board. And I just had a lot of fun, and hopefully the scouts are seeing what I can do, and I'm looking forward to kind of finishing up the rest of the process and seeing where we go.
How does a day like this kind of compare to some of those other workouts?
Say again?
How does a day like this kind of compare to some of those other workouts?
Pretty similar. Yeah, I mean, you go through the same kind of process as far as the weigh-ins, the pictures, the jumps. Obviously, I didn't do some of the testing because I already had the Combine, but you're there supporting the guys and getting them ready to go, and then just supporting them from there. And when it's your turn, you got to be ready to go. And it was a lot of fun.
Tyler, what do you believe that you can bring to an NFL team that maybe other quarterbacks couldn't?
Yeah.
What separates you?
Yeah, I think for me, I'm the most pro-ready guy when it comes to my experience, what I've been through in my journey in the State University, overcoming it. All my physical tools, I feel like, are top of the cream of the crop, and just what I bring to the table, just from in the meeting room, I feel like I add value. Whatever situation I'm going to be in, whether it's a backup role, a starter, I feel like I'm ready to go and compete.
What did you want to showcase for all of these teams out here today?
I think just whatever I had on tape was just replicated. All the different drops, different movements, different types of throws on the run, in the pocket. I think it was one of the cleaner workouts I had as far as just letting it rip. Obviously had a couple balls where I wish I would have put in a better spot, but that's kind of part of it. It was 61 throws, and felt really great about it.
What has the last year meant for you? I mean, last year this time you were a guy who had a bunch of injuries. You kind of bet on yourself coming here. I know we learned a lot about women in hip hop, things like that.
Yeah. No, I mean, I learned a lot more than that for sure, but I definitely did. But no, I mean, I think that's this whole process, like you said, it's freed me up mentally. I've just had a lot of fun with it. I think it's easy to get super tense and tight and nervous about it. And you obviously have good nerves, but I'm not gonna be perfect. Nobody out here is gonna be perfect. I'm gonna just go out there and rip it and have fun. Just do what I do, and I think that's helped me throughout this whole process, just being myself. And that was my advice to all the guys coming here. Just have fun, man. You may drop a ball, you may not catch a perfect route, it may not be a 4-4 or 4-5, but just go out there and have fun, man. It's going to be a great time. And, obviously, the proof is in the tape.
Tyler, how does the buzz? How have you handled that? Because it can be good buzz, it can be bad buzz. Someday you might read something. Do you try not to read things? Do you try not to listen to things?
No, I usually don't. I mean, I still think I'm probably going undrafted at this point in my head. I'm like, I'm ready to go compete. You know what I mean? Like you said, it's going to be regardless of how you do. You can't listen to critics or praise just because it's part of it. But my whole thing was, like I was saying earlier, I just want to get as much exposure as possible. And I think that's kind of been this process. It's just getting coaches and scouts to watch the tape and talking with them on number one. I feel like it's gone really well.
What is next to the process for you now?
Got like 5 more 30 visits coming up. So we've got a couple private workouts as well as some teams flying in to Louisville to do workouts. Got some visits coming up where you're going to fly up there. And then the draft. So looking forward to it.
What kind of teams are you really hearing a lot from?
I can't talk about specific teams, but there's a lot in the top first round, and obviously hopefully from going from there in the second. So been hearing a lot just from all over, and I think a lot of teams just, like I said, wanted to do their due diligence, and I'm super excited. Just like I said, I want to get on the board.
Do you know yet how you will spend the draft?
Yeah, we'll be in Arizona. We'll be in Arizona with my close family and friends watching
What's feedback, I guess, those to agent or teams that you've been getting from?
Like I said, not specific teams. I wasn't going to air them out like that right now, but there's some strategy in it. But yeah, I've been hearing a lot of really good feedback. And like I said, I mean, for me, like I'm working like I was last year. Freaking undrafted, and I got to go prove myself no matter what. It doesn't matter where I go. I got to go compete. So that's my mindset, and hopefully you want to go as high as you can. But I just want to be in the right fit and go compete.
Have you been training here or in Arizona?
I've been training in Dallas, actually, with my quarterback coach, Landry Klon, with QB Country. He did a really good job getting me ready to go throughout this whole process, Senior Bowl, Combine, Pro Day. We came up with a really good script. So I was training in Dallas, and then came here a week before today to get it dialed in with Corey and Amari and Chris and Colin and all those guys, and Mark and DJ. So they did a really good job. They ran their butts off. I know you guys may not know it, but it's freaking tiring whenever you're doing 40 jumps, all this stuff, and they're exhausted themselves. So I'm just pretty grateful for how they showed up today.
Did you know about Country before? How did that come?
Yeah, so I met them at Texas Tech when I first got there in 2021. I met him at the Manning Passing Academy. Just struck up a great relationship, and he kind of helped me just with my motion, a lot of the different arm angles, just being more rotational, using the ground more. So he's been loyal to me, and obviously me to him as well. So I think trying to get Deuce to work with him as well, see what happens. But yeah, it's great. Yeah. Thank you guys.
Thanks.